Hello.
Furry Cures is correct. There is a redeem for if you want to be first. I will try and I'll find some time to make it like a really good sort of redeem because I imagine everyone would want to have like a cooler redeem than hang on a second. Oh, if I play it again, it's gonna weird out the count and I don't exactly want to do that. Ooh, unless I can just, oh no, because it retains the user count when I do that. But I will try to, I want to, maybe figure out, maybe I want to have, different trumpets or something like that. Actually, you know what? That's probably a question I can, send to Kahlua of, hello, Kahlua. I would like to commission you to make a fun little jam with trumpets. And, multiple trumpets. Hopefully, is my face working? I think it is. It's just not looking straight. Hang on. Beep. There we go. Alrighty. I have to double check my GPU usage and such like that because we're gonna be playing. Because I'm gonna be playing an intensive. I think this thing is a little too high because it's pointing over my shoulder. Where's the thingy madiggies? All right. Settings, leap motion settings. I think I might need a, yeah. Yep, and then, there we go, that's a little bit better. Alrighty, are you going to be playing the remake? Yes, it's going to be the remake. They've set the difference of because they're just calling the original Dead Space 2008 now, and this Dead Space that I have is just Dead Space. Now, one of the things I'm going to need to point out, because everyone's been, everyone has done a tweet about this, and it's kind of been spoilt for me, but yes, I understand that there is, a, they've changed how Isaac Clarke looks. I know that's a thing, but I'm gonna be real with you. They every person that does a comparison of what Isaac Clarke looks like from the Dead Space remake, they do the comparison to what he looks like in Dead Space 2, where I hate to break it to you. Let me just really quickly get my image so I can demonstrate my point even further. Let me just grab that image again and throw it onto my screen. Well, the of all the Spider-Men, and like some people very much liked it, to when they did the remake and Tom Holland was like very popular and such like that. A lot of people saw that change and everyone thought that the change was made to make him look more like Tom Holland, and everyone was just sort of like, okay, that's like, that was different, that babyfied him. Yeah, look at this shit. Let me just make this even bigger. So everyone is making the complaint of like, dink, and then let me just shrink him back down again. Everyone is making this complaint of like, you know, how the Dead Space remake in the bottom left looks so different to the Dead Space 2. But everyone is kind of forgetting just how different fucking Isaac Clarke looks like between Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2. He went from a balding dad to a fucking, you know, alcoholic dad. Like, they changed him that much. So, and everyone's just sort of like, oh, like, there's some people that are just like, why are they making these changes? And it's like, first off, the change that was made in this regard is the same change they made back on the Spider-Man remake that we were also complaining about. The face doesn't matter. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter for Spider-Man either. But it's just one of those fun things where we just sort of like caught on to it, and we're just. So yeah, I just wanted to make it a point of, yes, the face between Dead Space 1 is different, but the difference isn't on Dead Space 2 being a problem. Like, look at the difference. Look at who we had as Dead Space 1, like back in 2008. That face right there looks nothing like the fucking anxiety, panic, depression show Dead Space 2 Isaac Clarke. But a lot of people like the Dead Space 2 Isaac Clarke, especially for the fact that, you know, they kept it consistent after Dead Space 2 when moved on to Dead Space 3. People have the same problem with James Sunderland for Silent Hill 2 remake. Oh, I have no clue what he looks like. But yeah, just wanted to get that point out of the way of like, yes, he looks different, but let's be real, it's not everyone's thinking it's like a fucking D grade when you compare it from Dead Space 2, which is like, yeah, fair, valid, because like in the Dead Space 2 face, I think they do the same thing as Mass Effect, where it's like, oh, they have a voice actor, but they have a model for, you know, showing the face and such like that, and that one's like more true to the guy doing the modeling rather than the guy doing the voice. But if you look at, you know, Dead Space 1 like itself, I mean, that's an ugly dad, I'm sorry to say, or that's just a dad. Like that face there. Isaac got its Sona updated. No, it's not a Sona. In the original, he looked tired and whatnot, but the remake makes him look tortured, grunted, and depressed. Well, isn't that the point of the character in in Silent Hill 2? Is that he's actually tortured, gaunt, and depressed? Like that's not like a hot take in the whole Silent Hill thing, right? That's how he's supposed to legitimately be, tortured, not just tired. I'm not wrong, am I? Also, I'm just like keeping some peeps open in the side there. Alrighty. So, I'm gonna hit play on the Dead Space game. Now, hopefully, this doesn't crash my PC. Already, it's using 100% CPU usage, so you know you're in for a good time. Oh my goodness. Is it gonna be... Alright, it's building shaders right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my jams. Oh my goodness. They're going ham. Silent Hill 2 on the PS2 was limited by the tech at the time. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like the earlier remakes that we've been getting, so The Last of Us remakes, fucking waste of time, quite frankly. I feel like that one is more of a fucking, like, asset refresh, which is like, it's not really necessary. It's like the whole, like, you know, it doesn't really serve us much, like the Spider-Man remaster. The Spider-Man remaster was made more as a means of you getting onto the newer console than as an actual, like, update change. Whereas remakes such as, you know, such as Dead Space or Silent Hill, those ones feel like, you know, quantifiable upgrades. Because you're talking about an upgrade of not just one console generation, but, like, a very significant console generation. Like just to sort of, like, enunciate the point is... There was a time like this was big news when they announced this kind of nonsense back when we got to Xbox One and PS4. Like when we were transitioning from, you know, that console generation to the next console generation, they were changing from whatever architecture they were doing for their CPU instructions and what have you into what's called x86 architecture, which is what PCs use for their computer instructions and such like that. It makes them a little more compatible with going back to earlier sort of programs as well. But the fact that we moved on to x86 architecture in our console games and such like that meant that it was interpretively supposed to make it easier to go from, you know, PC code to console code without too much of like kinds of like, you know, fuck around and find out like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Optimization, that's it. Because optimizing games for PC was a pain and a half to do with games back on the Xbox to like the Xbox and the PS2s, because they weren't even using the same sort of like, you know, assembly instructions and such like that. So when we went to x86 architecture on the consoles, that was more closely similar to what computers were doing, you know, instruction wise than before. So I feel like a lot of the conversions of like, you know, making a console game also on the PC, it was meant to be interpretively easier. So that's why games such as, you know, Dead Space from 2008 or Silent Hill from the 1990s or whenever the fuck it got released. Basically games that got released back on the PS2, the PS1 and the PS3, those ones are a lot more, you know, difficult to remake, especially on this generation's hardware. Where's my TTS bot? Hello? Hello, TTS? What the fuck was that? Hang on. The fuck was that? Properties. Okay, it's already... The fuck was that? Why didn't my TTS bot do things? Hang on. WebSocket server. Was it because the WebSocket didn't start? All the settings seem to be there. Speak history, speak queue. What happened? Give me a second, Nightmare Alex. Action queues. Let's try that again. Re-queue. Thank you. Ow. Thank you for the 69 bits. Hi there, Meeps. Something broke on my TTS bot. Execute code is to estimate the delay. You delay by however many seconds. Execute code. Let's have a look. So, you set the argument. You add the information of who redeemed it. You make this visible. Why? Hang on. So you activate the ducking. You set the imagery. Why is... I feel like it's missing something essential. Hang on. It is missing something essential. Copy action. User. And then paste.
Percent user percent paid me to say percent message stripped percent.
Alrighty then. Was it... Did I somehow delete that? Requeue that?
Nightmare Elex 21 paid me to say percent message stripped percent.
Okay, it's not meant to be that. So it should just be message. Okay. I can't believe, like, give me a second.
Nightmare
I
Lex21
might have...
paid me to say percent message percent. Jason036 paid me to say percent message percent.
Hi. Alright, so... Oh, hang on. Action, TTS, inspect the elements when queued. Okay, so it should be...
Hello!
Copy. Hi there, Jason. Welcome to the stream. I just realized where my issue is because it's not called message. It's called raw input. Also, what the F? Why did my shirt not get stolen? Why is there, like, so many things not working with my, Where's my... There we go. Some reason that shortcut didn't work. Alright. Raw input. Select OK. Are you cooler today? Yes, I am just simply wearing a shirt and some pants. Alrighty. I think I've fixed that. Let's try it again.
Nightmare Lex21 paid me to say percent message percent.
Pretty sure Oh, I changed the wrong one.
Furry Cures 1221 paid me to say percent message percent.
Stop! Alright, hang on a sec. Message stripped. So that needs to go back into when people use the cheer instead. Hit OK, hit save. Now if I go to the action queue, requeue.
Nightmare Lex21 paid me to say PC goes, system overloading, brace for critical failure
there
in 10 seconds.
Content warning for real?
Room.
Yeah! Look,
Nightmare Lex21 paid me to say PC goes, system overloading, brace for critical failure in 10 seconds.
Alright, thank you everyone for, like,
room.
you know, doing checks and such like that in the TTS bot while I was trying. I only needed, like, you know, only one person's TTS, quite frankly. Alright. Yep, so that TTS is fine. That TTS is fine. I'm gonna refund most people's thingy-madiggies. There we go. And then... let's get back into the game. So I'm using 100% of my CPU right now. Oh, this is going to be absolute fun. Alright, so you can invert, show content and warning. Let's see, what... show a content warning prior to scenes that could potentially be disturbing. Tempting. Very, very, very tempting. Alright, yep, I'm fine with it going only, like, the refresh rate of 60 frames and doing a vertical sync so then that way it doesn't go further than the, than that 60 frames. I wish I could have the refresh rate higher and then just tell the vertical sync to be lower than that, but looks like that's not happening. The amount of... this has a minimal effect on performance. I don't care about minimal effect. We don't need motion blur. Film grain. Yeah, sure, we'll have that. We don't need to worry about any color blinds. I am doing the dynamic resolution thing. So wait, I can... okay. And then I use DLSS to balance shit. Right now, it's automatically setting most things to high, which I think is okay. Language and subtitles. Thank goodness it's in English. Let's shrink... 30... yeah, let's go with 31. I might be blocking some of the words, but you know what? A neck munching on my ass. It's a horror game. Yeah, sure, it's a horror game, but it might be like, you know, extra disturbing shit. I'm not complaining that they had to add it. I mean, like, for goodness sake, like, games like these, you can't exactly fault them for deciding to give you some, like, you know, accessibility features such as content warning, or... because here's the thing, is like, the horror feature of Dead Space is not about the monsters and their gruesamity or their jump scare. The horror aspect of Dead Space is the stuff that keeps you, like, you know, frightened and such like that, is when it's, you know, it's trying to make you uncomfortable in the environment, rather than just being like, oh, I'm just gonna run through this thing because if I don't look, I don't get jump scared. Instead, it's cases of like, shit, there are portholes everywhere. Why is there an AC unit over there? Oh my goodness, that thing is rattling. You're on edge long-term wise, not because of jump scares or how extra gruesome things are. Long-term fear is a difficult thing to manage, and the best way you can do that is by actually trying to make it uncomfortable for the user to stay in that place, but also, you know, balancing, I don't want to stay in this place, but you don't want to have to go too far forward. Single press quick time events. I'll see how I do with just rapidly pressing it. Toggling sprint, I'm fine with that. I'll stick to holding down the button for, let's see, control how the zoom holds requires holding the zoom input in, will require tapping the zoom input once to start zooming, then tapping again to exit zoom. No thanks. I do not need any more of that. I don't need aim assistance. Yep, keep all that on. Wait, camera shake when Isaac is injured or when he fires a weapon. Okay, we'll see how the camera shake is. It better not be some intensive thing. Also, I need to pause the music at this point, because there might be music in the... Oh, no, keep the subtitles on. Alright, resume. Adjust the brightness until the image on the left is barely visible. There we go. I'm sorry, but these thingamadiggies, like when they're like, oh, brightness settings, and you do that kind of setting, way too often have I played first-person shooters, especially in a bit of a quote-unquote competitive environment like Call of Duty or Valorant or Team Fortress. There is no benefit in trying to be as realistic as possible with your lighting scenario by adjusting brightness. If they give you a brightness option and you can crank that ship to the top, and because their indicator is, oh, you should barely be able to see the symbol on the left, fun fact, no professional person is going to make it that they can't see the thing on the left. If they can reduce the strain in order to see the thing on the left, they're going to crank that option all the way up if they can. So then that way, you can't just jump scare them in a dark corner. Idiot. Yeah, exactly, Alvarez. Just move it to 100%. The USG Kellyan en route to the Aegis system. Directive A, locate mining vessel the Shima. I couldn't read all that, thank you very much.
Isaac, it's me. Oh, I wish I could talk to you.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
Furrycures 1221 paid me to say I'm trying this again.
That's right.
You're still a stinky zebra.
Yeah. No, you.
Weeks. We're 5 minutes out. You still got that thing on repeat. Guess you really miss her.
VTuber is not a job you turn down, but 6 months apart with only vid calls. It's rough. Easy to say the wrong thing.
I don't blame you. I'd listen to my girlfriend over Hammond reciting security protocols.
I don't know. Security protocols are important.
So you keep saying.
Here we go. Nice clean re-entry.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things they did in this remake, is they got the voice actor to actually have dialogue, and they've had to like toe the line, because it's like, they can't have him just going, oh Jesus, oh no, oh, ew, oh, they can't have him doing that all the time. They had to pick, they had to pick their moments, so it's like, rather than picking moments where he's allowed to talk, they picked moments where it would be awkward if he didn't talk.
What a beauty.
Ah, here's our redhead. Here's our ginger.
Looks like they already popped the cork.
Why is it so dark? We should be able to see our running lights.
Yeah. I'll get us into hailing range. Someone's got to be waiting up for us.
Oh my god, lens
Just
flare.
be careful on the approach. I'm not taking any chances with the CEC's pride and joy.
Wait, is that fucking John Hamm?
Is that why you were digging into my personnel files before we
No,
left?
that can't be.
Check your file access.
I'm a computer analyst. Comes with the job.
I ran standard CEC background checks, Miss Daniels. you want to work in the big leagues, you have to play ball.
Sir, we're in hailing range. USG Ishimura,
Ooh.
this is the emergency maintenance team of the USG Kelly, responding to your distress call. Come in, Ishimura. Ishimura, do you copy?
Nothing.
Come in. This is the USG Kelly.
You ever hear of a full communications blackout on one of these things?
Never. Come on. Someone pick up the damn phone.
It's a fucking huge ship.
The hell is that?
Sounds like their communication array is busted. Maybe a broken encoder. Daniels and I can handle it in 48 hours, max.
Hey, that gives you plenty of time to catch up with Nicole.
Yeah, I hope so.
Jen, Johnson, take us in.
Gravity tether's engaged. Automated docking. Let's go.
Oh,
We're losing control.
that's a problem.
Fuck! We're off course!
Daniel!
Guidance system override isn't responding.
Shit, we're coming in too hot. It's gonna smash us into the hull. Jen, aim for that emergency stabilizer. There, the blue light. It might slow us down. Got it.
Drop the flash shield.
Uh-oh. Kinda looks like Buzz? I don't know.
Everyone okay?
I'm good.
I'll live.
I'm alive.
It's my ankle. Might be broken.
Shit. But better than a broken neck. Or worse. Good call on the stabilizer, Isaac.
Gotta always read the manual.
What the fuck's going on with flight control? That guidance system's a death trap.
Better add it to your repair list. Jen, what's our damage?
Comms are down. We lost a port booster. Got a fire in one of the stabilizers and the singularity core's a mess. Could be worse, but not by much.
Then let's get some help. Johnston, stay with the Kelly. We'll send a medic. Everyone else, with me.
You can dig when he's giving inputs and giving it. Yeah, I think. Oh. Thank you again for the 69 bits, Meeps. I appreciate it. How's it going on your side? Why you gotta keep making me big? Alright. Can I change? There we go. We made it aboard the Ishimura, but we need to find the flight crew, and Johnson needs a medic. Where the hell is everyone? Alright. Alrighty.
Where is everybody? Shit, must have heard that.
Be proud, Jen.
Oh,
You gotta see her one.
I did not see the platform there. I honestly thought I just walked on, like, you know.
I wouldn't mind something to steady my nerves, especially on CEC stuff.
See anyone with flight control?
No, nobody.
Alright. I'm not complaining about being big. I'm just curious why Meeps keeps doing it. Big pecs to deal with the scaries? Okay, valid.
At least we didn't take out the sign.
Uranian Azak thinks you should do 20 squats.
May as well get.
Alright, let me do my 20 squats real quick. Oh, this is how the game gets you. Ah, sorry, stretching. Here we go. No one gets to see my sexy ass while I do these squats. But the back of my left thigh feels weird. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats. Alrighty. Let's keep moving. No, I don't, because, like, touch typing. You just gotta, you know, practice.
Isaac, come sync your rig.
Welcome, Isaac Clarke, to the USG Ishimura.
And the hydrate. Thank you very much.
Synced. Collect kinesis and stasis modules from Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple. Location? Error. Employee not found.
I can't reach security.
Same for the chief engineer. What is wrong with their comms?
Alright. Wait, which button is to open? E. Cool. I'm not walking any further until the lights are on. Ooh, can I pick this up? Yes, please. Thank you.
Someone left in a hurry.
Where's the security detail? Where's anybody?
There's nothing logged. No duty roster, no power to the elevator.
For God's sake. That security console's still working. Isaac, get a damage report. I'm done playing around.
Cool. And then X is the locator thing. Awesome.
Does anyone else?
Scan rig to unlock workstation. Alright. Low damage report.
Oh God, that smell.
What have you got, Isaac?
Shit. Just comms with the guidance system. Half the Ishimura's in the red.
Damn.
Engines, hull, the trams.
Could do that kind of damage to a planet cracker.
A lot of problems from the inside, I'm imagining.
Power. Ventilation's up. Power to the elevator.
Positive anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Another malfunction?
No. Our quarantine systems are all fine.
No, not the cactuar, Renee! Not the cactuar! Oh shit. Nope. They keep popping up. Jesus. Close the door. Is there an option to close? Oh. Fuck that. And we're just covered in blood right now. No biggie. Alrighty. Can we open this? Alright. I don't yet have the controls for that, but looks like I can do something here. Alright, what's this? Thank you for the quack. That's a lot cooler than, you know, just finding it on the table and being like, yeah, that's a plasma cutter. That's something that's always been made. I like that he, like, had to build it real fast. Or even if it's just putting together real quick. Cool. Cookie for Dabbing Menace! Here's your cookie. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing all right. Can I stomp this? Yes. Thank you for the clip. Alrighty. Open that. Thank you for the 12 bits. There we go. I used a little more than I should have, but at least I got the limbs off. Alrighty. Alright, looks like I'm getting to the tram. Alright, what's this?
Security request retrieved.
It didn't die. We shot that fucker right between the eyes and it didn't die. Smith had to shoot its fucking arms and legs off. For God's sake, send help!
Alright. Oop. Just so you don't come back alive. Cool. Well, I got the med pack. I'm not going to use it right this second. Can I? No, I can't open it.
Isaac. Oh my God, Isaac. You made it.
They're everywhere.
Wait, am I getting like...
He's gone. Nothing I can do. What the fuck are these things?
The ones I
Data
saw,
board is missing.
Some of them were wearing Ishimura uniforms.
They're the crew? How the hell can they be the crew? Look at them.
We need to get to the bridge. There's 1,000 people on board. Someone will be there.
We can't. The tram system's wrecked. Everything's locked down because of the quarantine.
And you're both repair techs. So how do we do this?
Fuck if I know.
There's a broken tram car blocking the tunnel. It's gridlocked the system. And the data board's burned out. I can't lift the lockdown or call the tram until we get a spare from the maintenance bay. But it's all on Isaac's side of the quarantine.
I'll handle it. Just make sure there's power to the repair systems.
And Isaac?
Yeah?
I'm sure Nicole's okay. She's a doctor, right? She'll do the smart thing.
Yeah. Yeah, she always does. Find somewhere safe. I'll be back soon.
Alright, so... we are going... Alright. Cool, we grab that. Shift to still run, excellent. Pick up some credits. And really quickly use this thing, because holy shit, Are you sure you want to create a new save? Yes. New arrivals, awesome. So we're still in the first chapter. Your locator knows the way. I like the UI system that they made in the first Dead Space, where like everything is like sort of on the suit. Like his health bar and such is like that thing on his spine, and then later on we're gonna get like a little kinetic gauger on like the right side of it and everything. Fuck you. Alright, we can't get there without a security clearance. What's this? Stasis module? Awesome. Okay, cool. We didn't have to, like, replace the entire glove. Alrighty, what's the button? There we go. Alrighty, so it's a bit of an area thingy-majiggy to get the stasis. Cool. I don't need the save station. is that? Son of a bitch. I thought I was gonna get, like, you know, attacked. What? A man inside the vents. Okay, cool. So, warning, we're gonna get jumped. Oh my god, their bathrooms are a fucking mess. Bring the others. Okay. I can barely read some of the writing on the wall. It's problematic, but not, like, you know, hugely a problem. Thank you for the plasma energy. Let me just reload you real quick. Man, their mirrors are terrible. You can barely see through them. I didn't hear any whispers when I was in the bathroom. I just see the writing on the wall, and that's about it. Alright, use that to get a full charge. Alrighty. Tram repair room.
Isaac, don't bother shooting those fuckers in the head. Doesn't even slow them down.
Okay. The only way is hacking them apart. Those arms.
I forgot the button to do heals.
Or did they just stop moving?
I forgot the button that lets me do heals. Hang on a second. It is F. Cool. So C is to use the stasis pack. Hack when it gets empty. Melee, Alt Fire, R. We got 4 different weapons to choose from. Kinesis grab is with F, and then we can throw it. Cool.
Message retrieved.
Vents into engineering. You got a stasis module handy? We need one in tram maintenance stat. The autoloader's fried. I got a damaged tram car on the tracks, and if the whole system's gridlocked, guess who they're calling? Temple here, sending a stasis module now. What happened to the autoloader? No idea. A lot of shit's been breaking down. I keep hearing things. Down in the gears where no one could be. You know? I know.
Okay, so claws need to go forward, I'm guessing, or we need to put a tram in there. Credits, thank you. Alright. There's been 1 or 2 moments. Oh yeah, no, everyone thought this was going to be a good year for horror, considering we had Callisto Protocol in like December, To the Dead Space in January, Atomic Heart on the Friday, on the February, sorry. Like, every month there was going to be a horror game of some sort. Alright, so open shutters to repair tram.
Loading system reinitialized.
Okay.
Warning. Autoloader malfunction. Please contact a repair technician.
Ah, damn it.
Left loader claw engaged.
Sorry, slow down. I need to get a better hit on your arm. Ow, fuck you. Fuck you guys. Alright. There we go. Full heals.
Light loader claw engaged. Replacing damaged tram car. Please stand by.
Alright, I need more stasis, which should be over here. There we go. Alright, I'm not doing too great at... Oh my goodness. Did I even repair it, or... Oh no, they're replacing the... Oh my god, another one of yous.
Tram replacement complete.
Yay!
Got it. The tram was jamming the whole system.
That's one down. You said a data board was fried too?
Inventory says there's a spare board in the maintenance bay. We can't run the trams without it.
I feel like people like Atomic Heart for different reasons. Look, everyone can like the Robot Lady twins. I just can't remember their ballerina names. I know there's a name for them, I just don't remember it. Also, am I meant to be going further? No, it doesn't look like I can... Yep, I'm going back this way. Alrighty. Alright, let's just cross to the other side. Save this real quick. Their names are not waifu and second waifu, I can tell you that much. Yes, I'm sure I want to overwrite this save. There we go. Oh, it's this thingamajiggy again. There we go. A little annoying that it takes quite a bit of ammo.
Security clearance required.
Great. Oh, so I wasn't meant to go that way. Alright. Cool. Yes, I'm going to be hitting the directions, like, repetitiously to figure out where I'm going. Okay. Cut off limbs to kill enemies quickly. Dismembered. Okay, you can't break these open. There's no power to the cargo. There's no way through there, I'm guessing. He doesn't want to crawl. Valid. I don't want to crawl either. How did I know you were going to come alive? There we go. Circuit breaker. Cargo hold storage? Can I turn on... Ah, I can only turn on one at a time then. Okay. Well, let's do cargo hold storage first. Alright, let me just stomp you out. Alright. Here we go. Oh, so you're just gonna punch open the holes and not actually come out this way? Jeez. Oh, this game is gonna be the... This game's gonna be the death of me. I can feel it in my scrote. Alright, well, I got the optional stuff from here. Alrighty. Cool, they're not coming in through there. Hi there, Hendrix. Welcome to the stream. Save scumming once more. Blah. Yeah. Excuse me. Alrighty. It never hurts to do a lit. No hugs for you. There we go. Okay, so it looks like this was like just a shorter way around to where I needed to go. Alright, reload this real quick. Pick up some plasma. Some credits. A lot of explosives. At least that's what I'm interpreting from all this red. Alright, let's give it an experiment. Yep, it's explosive. Alright. Get fucked. Why am I still hearing boss music? Alright, so you want me going that way. And there's something in there. Let's see. No power. And it looks like you get it from different floors. So we'd have to go a floor up.
Hendrix92 thinks you should do 20 squats.
Do you now, Hendrix? Alrighty then. I guess I'm gonna need to be doing 20 squats. Oh, but I can at least open this. Alrighty. Sorry, I keep looking over my shoulder of like, I better not get jump scared IRL, because I'm not gonna handle it. Alright, here we go. Quick scratch! There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, oh my gosh, my knees, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Hendrix. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Moving on. I'm glad I've not been, like, right in my face jump scared, at least. It's all being like, oh, there's a thing, like, you know, within some distance. Excuse me. You want to mod it somehow, so then that way you have SpongeBob shouting my leg and Scout your arm? Alright, that's floating a little bit precariously. Alright. I know how this works. I know how the spooky happens. I'm a fucking aficionado. Alright, how much do I have in my... Okay, cool. So... Wait, what is this? A bronze semiconductor. Oh, you sell it in stores to get more shit. Okay, cool. And I got plenty of ammo, so if I need to, I can be a little bit, you know, stupid. Okay, so... I can either turn... Alright, turning off the lights to turn on the maintenance. Because that's not going to be extra spooky. Alright, get... Okay, so takes approximately... I get approximately 6 shots back whenever I kill them. If I'm lucky, it only takes like maybe say 4 or 6 shots to get rid of them. I've got plenty of ammo left over. At least I get those lights. No! Ah! I'm dead. That's the first death. Ah. Been lurking for maybe 10 minutes. How's your legs? They're okay. Like, I don't know why, but like just the back of my left thigh is a bit sore, but it's like it's not getting engaged when I do my squats anyway, so I'm like, what's the problem? That's my like confusion. Alrighty. And then... Alrighty, going back through here. Oh, I'm low on health. That's not good. Fine. Heal real quick. Easy. Where is he coming from? Oh. Up there. Cool. Alright, what's over here that can... Oh, thank goodness. Medium health. That will help in a pinch. Okay. There we go. A lot of credits. No healing. Alright. Okay, so I need the maintenance bay open, and I need to do it with the lights off. Oh, so fun. And I have, like, no stasis. Alright, I'll save the stasis in case of an emergency. There we go. Yep. Oh, just a Twitter notification. That's fine. Alright, nothing there. Ooh, text log. Faulty 4 Geo, replace now functional, day 3, day 4, day 5. Repair invoice means nothing to me. Alrighty. A lot of bullets, not a lot of health. Alrighty, turn off the lights to turn on the maintenance room. Yeah, I got plenty of bullets to just, you know, waste it a little bit, because I'm pretty sure I got 42 bullets at least. 10 of them in right now in here. Alright, now comes the tricky bit. I like that I don't have to, like, stop and heal. It's not like the Estus flask where it's like you can leave yourself vulnerable while drinking it. And I think a lot of people had a complaint with Callisto Protocol where you would go to, like, you know, heal and such, but you had to be, like, so slow with it. You had to, like, stop. You have to, like, stop and do shit. Alright, that used quite a bit of ammo. But let's not panic. Alright. Fuck you. Fuck you for hitting me at a moment of vulnerability, you son of a bitch. And I don't have any more. Oh, cool, I have a health pack. Awesome. Full health. There we go. What's in you? I will accept that node. Alright, what's this? I need
Isaac,
that.
We can't stay here much longer. Hearing a lot of movement.
Hold on.
Yes.
I got the data board. I'm coming back to tram control now.
Daniel, get ready to go.
Alrighty. Let's see. What can this do for me? Upgrading weapons and rig using the bench. Upgrade weapons. Improve the selected weapon or rig capability by investing a power node in. You gain access to unique upgrades and expand the weapons upgrade. You bring thingamajigs to benches. Upgrades can be reset at any time in exchange for credits. Cool. Alrighty. Okay, so we can do a damage, a capacity, and a reload. I'm not having issue with reloading. Alright, what about suit? Increase the oxygen, increase the stasis size, increase the duration. Oxygen and health. I got 3. Okay, I'm gonna go increasing of the health. Increase of the there's no adjacent. Oh my god, I have to deal with the oxygen thingy-majiggy. Alright, damage. And then capacity can lead to reload. I'll keep one module, like, I'll keep one node spare, just in case. Because I could either get a new, I could get a new weapon, which, you know, changes how I might interact majoritively of the time against these Necros, or I get, like, you know, an overall suit upgrade. Okay. There we go. Hi there, Abaddon. Cuter is all you need. I need weapons. Can they open doors? Cutter is all you need. Oh, I thought you said cuter. I misread that as only one T. Alright, overwrite that save next. Alright, I've been playing this for 45 minutes and already I am just like a little bit twitchy. Alrighty, Alright, remember to reload. Alright, and we're back in here. Without worse for wear. How many chapters were in the original Dead Space? Was it like 18 or 23? Okay, I'm supposed to put it somewhere else then, I suppose. Yep, data board goes in here.
Data board reinstalled. System restart complete.
Alright. Call it to the main deck. Yes, please.
Complete. Calling tram.
It's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Now arriving at flight deck tram control.
Can I get on it? Please? I'd like to get on it. Fuckers!
We're on board. Something hit the roof, but it seems operational.
Quarantine lockdown's lifted, so you can get to the hangar. Comms are still down though, so be ready for anything.
What's the plan?
You and Johnston fix up the Kellyan. We report to the bridge. Standard emergency protocol.
What? Protocol? Hammond, people are dying here.
And I'm not losing anyone else. We stick to procedure. We'll get through this.
Does procedure have rules for when we deal with resurrected, creatures? Also, I have no stasis, so... Fuck you. Also, if the lights could stop flashing, that would also be appreciative. Of course, the elevator. 12 chapters, okay. Okay. Enough with the fucking... Enough with the broken violins. Give me a health pack, please. That's just a rubbish desk. Alright, well, he's dead. Fuck you. Alright, how many bullets do I have? Not a lot. Okay, I need to try and hit them for like less than 6 shots, really. So next upgrade, the next time we see a bench, is most likely going to be towards damage or ammo capacity. Alright, so we're back here in this fucking death trap.
Isaac, we made it to
Hi there, SWAT warfare.
There's no survivors. Daniels is trying to get into the command computer.
Okay. I wish I could believe that anytime I see these save points, they're like a guarantee of I'm not gonna get jump scared, but I don't believe this game. You're in Idaho currently? Cool! What's there to do in Idaho? Yep, alright. Mouse is being a little bit... Mouse is being a little bit funky. So I'm still on a, like a borrowed... I'm still on like a borrowed mouse from work. So it's doing... Hang on. Alright, nothing to pick up. Everything's just... Alright. Why do I feel like that ship is going to explode shortly? Return to the Kellyan. Oh, please don't tell me it's going to blow up the second I get in this thing. Cool. Everything is just, you know, sparking.
Is that blood? Haley, I need you to listen. The Ishimura's overrun with... They're fucking monsters. You didn't hear anything?
What? No, the comms are still out. Isaac...
We need the Killian fixed now. Got a damage report?
Yeah, it's there.
Background request. Per your request, here's what we found on the specialists that have been sent for repair. Isaac Clarke was born to Paul and Octavia Clarke on Earth in the eastern seaboard region of the American Republic. Paul Clarke was an award-winning ship architect employed by the Galactic Union Merchant Marine Corps. His record shows extended time off-world, away from his family. When Isaac was born, Paul was given a temporary reassignment to Earth-based Gumek ship production facility. During the 4-year tour, Paul and Octavia raised Alex together. When the tour was over, Paul was shipped off for an extended off-world tour. Paul's influence on his son must have rubbed off. Records indicate Isaac pursued studies in mechanical and electrical engineering and achieved high honors. According to medical and psychiatric reports, Clarke's absence had a profound effect on Octavia. She suffered from depression and personal anguish until doctors encouraged her to find fulfillment by working with charitable organizations. It's believed that this is how she ended up in contact with the Church of Unitology. Her association with the church appeared to alleviate her mental condition. The cancellation of her therapy sessions corresponded with the local parish announcement of her initiation ceremony. There are indicators that she sold off much of her family estate to finance full membership in the church and the soul cleanse they required to enter higher ranks. Isaac appeared to have selected to a prominent engineering school, but was surmised that he was unable to afford the tuition, as records show that he instead attended a lesser-known school with the help of scholarships and financial aid. After graduating with high honors, Isaac enlisted in the Merchants Marine. He quickly gained a reputation for his resourceful engineering solutions, and after 2 years was promoted to a higher profile position closer to the major shipping lanes. Isaac's career stagnated at this point. This would coincide with psychiatric reports that his mother's mental health was deteriorating, and bank records show payment to a psychiatric facility for treatment. This seems to be where Isaac met a medical officer and neurophysicist called Nicole Brennan. Her name appears on Octavia's physician roster. 2 of them ended up cohabitating until Brennan accepted a promotion and left to serve on the USG Ishimura. Paul's return from his extended tour coincided with Octavia's release from the hospital. Whatever his assignment was, Paul's service record remained mysteriously classified by executive order, and unless he confided in Isaac, he took his secrets to the grave. The next records we have are death notices for both Paul and Octavia. Their bodies were willed to the custody of the Church of Unitology along with Clarke's entire estate. Apparently on Octavia's wishes, Isaac's repeated petition to have his parents' bodies returned seem to have been ignored. Since the church refuses any inquiries related to its members, their cause of death is unknown. Overall, Isaac's more than qualified to handle a job like the Ishimura. I'd talk politics over religion, though. Couldn't find anything on her on her time he gave me. Darlton swears by her. Apparently she's on a mission with his recommendation. If he thinks she has what it takes, who am I to argue? Wow. You just lay down Isaac's entire fucking life and the possibility of, like, you know, because I'm gonna be real with you, chat. I think Isaac's parents killed themselves. Or a murder-suicide. Because, like, let's be real. The dad goes on long-ass tours and shit like that, and in this universe... Hi there, Dalt. Welcome to the stream. The dad goes on, like, long-ass tours and shit like that. The Church of Unitology recruits the mother and gets all their, like, you know, estate and what have you. By the time the dad gets back, Isaac is not, like, a child anymore. He's doing his own shit in the major shipping lanes. And is, like, you know, started cohabitating with Nicole and shit. Meanwhile, the mother, her health is deteriorating and shit like that. And, like... This was after she joined the Church of Unitology and what have you, so who knows what the fuck they were doing to her when she was with them. And because they don't confine in us, like, why there's a death and all this kind of shit, we now have to conclude with the crazy little idea that maybe it's a murder-suicide. Also, where the fuck am I going? Run diagnostics. Okay, where's the diagnostics button? There we go.
Oh god. Singularity core.
Oh.
Go.
All right, looks like we're gonna have to stop a singularity core. Ow. That sucks. Fuck you. Alrighty, that's a lot of...
Isaac, what's happening down there?
That's a lot of bullets wasted. How am I doing today? I am doing okay. I haven't yet got the mouse that you purchased for me yet. That hasn't come in. I'm still on this, like, cheap-ass, work mouse from Dell.
I'm not losing two good people for nothing. What about the command computer?
Alright, we got 20 bullets left.
All the primary systems are locked down with the captain's codes.
So we find Captain Matthias. Track his rig.
Alright, so nothing for us to grab from behind there. No way of going down there.
Captain Benjamin Matthias. Location medical. Status.
Even the captain? God.
I half imagine he's not actually deceased.
You're closer enough. You can double back and cut through maintenance. Find the captain's body and get his rig. With his codes, we... What was that?
Problems.
Chen?
Hammond, run!
Alright. Chen is being a problem. And it's dark in here. Fuck's sake. Oh, it's back on. Cool. We got power back on. And we got a new text log. This article is sponsored by the CEC's Print and Publication Division and may not represent the views of Amazing Universe magazine. Imagine a world where basic... Let me get a drink. Thank you. Alright, I'm just gonna save real quick. Alright. Is this a new chapter? Hard to tell. Alright, looking a little bit smoother now. Alright. Flight deck tram station. Hopefully this will get us to where we need to go. Always check the bathrooms. Alright, how many bullets do I have? Alright, so not as much as last time, but not a total loss. Alright, some credits, that's fine. Someone said I would hear whispering in the bathrooms, but I'm not hearing any whisperings. I'm just having a real strong desire to get the fuck out of the bathroom. Also, how progressive. They're like... It's a unisex bathroom. There's none of this fucking around of, like, boys in this side, women in this side. It's just a bathroom. So yeah, no, I didn't get the mouse yet. Sorry, August. I'll double check with Throne, because it is a bit weird that it's taken this long for them to complete a purchase for an Amazon item. So maybe it's one of those cases where Monday's gonna roll by and they're gonna be like, yes, we've got everything we need. Alright, these are just bodies. Alright, so that's another 12 pieces of ammo. Break all U's open. Fuck this, redhead. You will for your crimes. you will be rewarded for your crimes, question mark, or you will be punished for your crimes. I'm hoping it's rewarded. Oh, what's this? Hey, it's a store! Alright, let's have a look. One-stop shop for purchases, sales, and storing items for later use. Bring schematics to the store to gain access to new items. When the storage is full, place items in... When the inventory is full, place items in storage to retrieve or sell later. The storage system can be accessed via any store. Bonus content is available. I now have the Infested Suit, Sanctified, and Bloody. And the Lone Survivor. Whatever the fuck that suit looks like. Yes, I did get the deluxe version. It was... I got a discount because Game Pass. Alright, so we can get a small med pack, we can get more plasma energy. We do not have the monies to get another node. If we get a level 2 suit, we can increase our inventory capacity and we get more armor. Sounds to me, we sell this. Yep, sale was successful, getting us up to... DS8 Legacy Rig. Lone Survivor. For the lost souls forgotten in the depths in Ishimura. Venture Suit, Bloody Suit. Give yourself to the Maker, be armored in its words, and make the brethren whole again. I don't think I can sell any of those. Alright. Can I sell... No, I can't sell that portionally. I can only sell it in its entirety. But I can at least purchase the level 2 suit now. You want to hear the money strategy? Do tell me of the money strategy then, please. Alright, we got more armor, which is good. Doesn't give us extra health just yet. Alright. And we can't purchase anything else, but we do get ourselves more slots. So... Wait, can I open this? Yay, I got plasma clips back. Alright, cool. That offers nothing. What's this? Scan rig to unlock workstation. Alright, where the fuck is the rig scanner? Alrighty. Hey, bench is there. Alright, cool. So we want to upgrade the damage. I know what we want to do next. I'm actually... You know what? I'm just going to quickly save first. Buy the weapons with the most expensive ammo. Don't use it and sell the ammo for money. Okay. Sounds like a strat. But what if I want to use the weapon? Alright. There we go. We've extended our upgrade graph, but the first thing I want to do... Alright, let's see. So if I go 1, 2, 3, it increases the capacity twice and leads us into damage. Or I can go to capacity to reload time and still get us to damage. If I do it by... Because I get the ammo in 6s, it's probably better that I do it in 12s. Yeah. And then I have no nodes to upgrade there. And then, let's see, so... We can go to stasis zone side. There's only one upgrade for the stasis zone side. Eyes. And there's plenty for duration, the amount of energy... Oxygen and more HP. Cool. Alright, well... Yay, it's already up to level 12. Or it's already up to 12 points. I didn't have to reload to do that. Man, you don't drop anything, do you? Ass. That requires security clearance, which I don't have. Dragonfly, making the virtual real. Oh, fuck that noise. I don't need my virtual reality to get more real. I'd like to keep some suspension of disbelief. Hey, kinesis module. Intensive care. Awesome. Use kinesis to move objects. While holding down the thingy-majiggy, we can then go... Oh, is there like no ammo restriction on... Yeah, it looks like there's no ammo restriction. Cool. I knew there was something behind there. Thank you for the semiconductor.
Don't let them out. Gotta hold the line. They all came back.
And she's dead. Alright, well, at least I get a proper gun now. Alright, let me just break you down so you don't resurrect. A new weapon has been unlocked. Use it in the inventory. And then I can use the scroll wheel. Alright. Alright. Equipped to the left. So it should... So one... Oh, I see how it... So it's clockwise that it does the... There we go. Alright. Hold and space. Places a charge that explodes when enemies approach. Cool. Alright. A lot of bodies here. Just gonna really quickly save. Yep, overwrite this save.
Lifting station lockdown.
Cool. So the tram system works. Cool. Prepare to get whacked in the fucking head.
Isaac, have you heard from Daniels? We were attacked. She ran the other way.
No, nothing. Medical's a slaughterhouse. They barricaded access to the morgue.
The morgue?
Yeah. But the barricade was put together in a hurry. The hydrazine tank might blow it open. Just need a detonator, like maybe a shock pad. Hope we'll be through there.
Isaac. The one who attacked us. I swear to God it was Chen. But I I saw him die. If they barricaded the morgue, maybe it was to keep something in.
Level 2 security clearance.
Why is it inactive? Find a hydrazine tank and a shock pad. Cool. This is gonna be fun. Okay. So far, alright, let's go this way with our hydrazine pad. Alright, this is my companion cube. I'm going everywhere with this companion cube because I imagine this fucker is going to hit like a freight train. Yeah, no. I love how there's no ammo for the telekinesis. This is gonna be fun. Alrighty, come on. Hey, counseling services. I could actually do with some of that. Depression, terrestrial longing, terminal illness. I would love one of those things. Alright, so there's no power right now, and there's like a thingy-majiggy. Okay. What do you think are the chances that I'm gonna push that thingy-majiggy in there and it's all gonna go to hell? Nope, so far so good. My companion cube comes with me everywhere. Oh, my companion cube is fucking shit! Fuck! Fucking useless! I thought I could hit you with things. Alright, so there's a battery. Oh, hang on. Alrighty, so there's a circuit breaker. Let's see. Elevator? Let's see what happens in the elevator. Oh! That's not fair. That's not fun. Fuck you. Since when could you climb on walls? Little is about the logic of the liquid and the blood in this game. Yes. Alrighty. Reload this. How much bullets do you hold? Like 50 ammo? Okay, so it's just 50. Alrighty. More plasma cutter. Hey, stasis. That's actually going to be useful. And an observation room. More pulse rounds. I appreciate that. Oh, that requires security clearance, does it? Fuck you. That actually, like, shivered me. I was just like, Alright. Let's get out of here. Half imagine I'm gonna get jump scared. Alright, so... where do the doors lead, then? Like, I had an option between elevators and doors. Where did doors go? Can I open both? No, it has to be one or the other, I see. Okay, so a bench. Who's throwing... oh, there. Oh, yeah, I have to open these ones instead of just...
Level 2 security clearance required.
Oh my god, where do I have to go for level 2? I don't even know where to go for level 1. Alright, I have no nodes available. Well, that's a waste. They be hurting us like this, right? Alright, got a node. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, plasma cutter. Increase the damage. There we go. So now it's 130 points rather than just, 100 and something. More credits, thank you. Do any of the other doors open? Cool. Well, not really cool. Everything is dead. But you get the point.
Patient log retrieved.
I hear the tests on patient Harris were inconclusive. Given the reports from the colony, he's lucky to have his faculties at all. Well, a divine experience would leave an impression on anyone's mind. Perhaps. But I saw nothing divine in all that blood. The suicides. This is a revelation, Terrence. We just need more insight to translate. You think this insight can be found in Mr. Harris's psyche? I'm positive. And with Captain Matthias barring any visits to HS7, this fellow may be our best chance. Harris is Dr. Brennan's patient. And your methods... Look, Mercer, things are complicated enough already. I can't sign off on this. You'll do what's best, of course. How long can we afford to wait?
Alrighty. Use that to get up to full health. Alright, let's check out the 0G area. Hopefully we get more nodes. I could definitely do with upgrading some stuff more. Also, what is with the... Sometimes the mouse sensitivity is really low, and then other times it's, like, real high. Alright. Stop being so quiet. Alright, I need to move quickly. How much of his... Oh, cool. I was worried for a second that zero gravity was going to keep on going. Or that, you know, that no oxygen was going to keep on going. Alright. This must be the zero gravity. Okay, cool. The lights are on. There we go. And land.
Exiting zero gravity.
Cool. Why is it so quiet? Alright, what is the value of the two thingamaddiggies? So that's just ammo. Thank you for the credit. That must be the benzene. Or hydrazine, sorry. Why did I think it was benzene?
What's happening there? Did you find Nicole?
No sign of her yet. But I found some hydrazine that should work on the barricade. I just need to find a shock pad.
Okay. Work fast, Isaac.
Alright.
Entering zero gravity.
There we go. Just my depleted ammo, just rolling like that. Cool. Uh-oh.
What the hell? It shut the whole ship.
Yep.
I'll check it out.
Entering vacuum.
At least I can sprint in here. And I get a refill on oxygen. Cool. Uh-huh. Oh, that's why I get a refill on oxygen. Oi, fuck you. Fuck those things. Alrighty, so we got an up, and we got a down.
God, took one step out of the captain's nest and Chen, that thing, he almost got me.
You okay?
I trapped him in a damaged escape pod. He's snarling like
This is fucked up. Hurry, Isaac.
Zero gravity.
Chen's dead. Alright? Maybe you should kill Chen. Pulse rounds. Cool. That will be very useful. Alrighty. Fuck you. Alright. The pulse rifle is terrible. Like, maybe it gets better with upgrades, but I don't want to have to, like, test that theory. Maybe I'll do some research of, like, oh, like, you know, the priority build for a test rifle or something like that. But really don't want to try that. Alright. Cut that. Open this. Where the fuck am I? Find a shock pad. Alrighty. Recharge on stasis, thank you. Alright. Imaging diagnostics labs. If you have been referred to the lab, please have your referral form and authorization ready, then proceed to the lab. Thank you. Awesome. Alright. Can I get anything from the store that would be of help? Well, actually, I can also hand in my schematic. Yep, there we go. So we got a new schematic, which gives us the pulse rifle stuff, which, I'm gonna be real with you, is a piece of shit. There we go. 8,880. Not enough to get like a node, but yeah, excuse me. What's a venture suit? EDF Corps of Engineers, adopted after their victory at Euphora's Connemara Chaos Iceworks during the Resource Wars. Cool. Alright, well, brought the box here last time and it didn't help me at all, so activate security. Yep, override all that. Here we go. Open this. Cool. Impaling and throwing. Grabbing loose objects with kinetics, throwing sharp objects will impale them. I figured that. I was just hoping that blunt force trauma would also work. But sure, let's try the impaling ones.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Ah, fuck. Get fucked. I know exactly what I am doing, chat. Or at least I think I do. Please don't quote me on this. I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, at least I was able to melee this guy. Quarantine lifted.
Quarantine lifted.
Yeah, looks like quarantine lifted. Excellent. At least I get some credits. Stasis packs. Awesome. I imagine I'm not going to get a lot of stasis packs the next time I go into new areas. Alrighty. Still nothing new I can add in because I didn't pick up any nodes. Ah. At least I can pick up some credits. That's nice. Ugh, mouse. Try not to be so panicky on the table, please. Tissue sample needed. Didn't realize I could get tissue samples. What the fuck? You're weird. Ooh, plasma. Thank you. Just another tweet. Hey, this is Nicole's office.
It's me.
Okay, dictation on. Keep your name out of the script. Thanks, it's just so hard to remember what's real. Your church mentor talked to you again? He knows me and my girlfriend want to leave. I can feel it. Our last seminar was all about heretics. How every unitologist who leaves is an enemy of humanity. Unitology is big enough to take care of itself. This is about what's right for you. Just be careful. The church pulls out these tricks when they feel threatened. They have neurophysicists too. Even if you get out, they'll try to... Dr. Brennan? Sorry, did something happen? I had a patient who... I tried, and her son tried. So hard, but... I'll fight for you with everything I've got, but never underestimate how strong the church's pull can be. Wow. Freaky shit. There we go. Hey, medium health pack. That will be useful.
Personal log, Dr. Nicole Brennan. With medication and zero-G therapy, patient Harris is showing improvements. If this continues, there might be hope for the others on Aegis 7. However, Dr. Mercer continues to interfere. He claims Harris's delusions are religiously significant. If I have to make a complaint, I will. I'm not losing my patient over unitology bullshit. Not again.
Tracking rig signal. Dr. Nicole Brennan. Rig location? Inconclusive. Manual rig tracking is available.
Surgical log. Dr. Charles Mercer. Copy to my secure terminal. I convinced Jurgens to show me the facilities of the colony. It's remarkable to finally see what I've sought all my life. The miners, this transformation, the divine death itself. I'm erring on the side of caution. His faith has been shaken by these necromorphs, as he calls them. How strange.
Join us in oh, that's
so
this nutcase.
With or without Kine, I must study one of these creatures. Or the next best thing. Brennan's patient, for example.
Or poor quality, seen enough to confirm discovery to Ben. The artifact seems to be a genuine marker, the first to be found since Unitology's founding. He must get it on board at first opportunity so he can begin proper study. You can't imagine the potential of such a find. The black marker offered revelations beyond our wildest dream, and that was without the benefit of current analytical technology. This new marker, what secrets could it have? What wonders could it offer to humanity, to the Church of Unitology, without EarthGov here to seize them first? This marker could herald the dawn of a new age, and I will do my part to see that age come to pass. Maybe this is fate. In the darkest time of my life, the Church and its teachings comforted me, saved me, and now I'm here, in the right place at the right time, to be of service to all humanity, to repay those blessings. Amelia, if only you could be here now. Wow, okay, that's a... You can't reach the emergency room until you destroy the barricade. Can't reach the morgue until you find a way through the barricade. Alright, so I need to find a shock pad still. Alright, what's this? Ooh. Oh, hello.
Ben, what in God's name is happening down there? Precisely that. God's work.
What the fuck?
You say that. These deaths at the colony. The paranoia, the hallucinations. You wanted a scientific
You can
analysis.
record your sessions like this in here?
Well, it all began after they raised the marker.
What are you so worried about? The marker is divine. We know this.
The marker is also making people insane.
You'll be on board tomorrow. You can study it then. Put your mind at ease.
At ease? People are dying. How can that be the transformation the teachings promise?
We're witnessing a new beginning, Terrence. For Unitology, for humanity. Of course our faith is being tested. Everything is about to change.
That's what
Hmm.
And recording. Seal entry.
The fuck? There's whisperings. I heard whispers then. What the fuck was that? Oh, so the shock pad is in here. Okay, well, further in at least. Just gonna quickly save here. Intensive care. Yep. Biological Prosthetics Center. Wait, these are samples. Maybe. Nope, it doesn't want that sample, I see. Alright, never mind then. I thought I was being extra clever with my, investigation, but I guess not. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. The babies have tentacles. Oh boy. Alright, another text log. Specimen is ready to harvest. Clerical errors. Yeah, no, I'm not going to read all that. Thank you for the stasis pack. Where the fuck did that hissing come from? Fuck you, baby. Fuck those kids. Scan rig. Okay. How am I supposed to... Where am I supposed to scan my rig when these things say to scan my rig? Emergency showers. Would be nice to have a shower. I guess not, though. Hi there, Make Us DJ. Man, Kingdom Hearts got real dark. Yeah, it's so dark, in fact, they created a new series called Dead Space. No relation at all to Disney and, no relation to Disney and Square Enix. Ow. Okay. Where's the battery? Alright, shock pad. There we go.
Isn't answering her rig link. What's your status?
I found a shock pad I can use on the barricade. I'm heading back there now.
Watch the voltage on that pad. I'm not losing anyone else.
Wait, was I already here before? Oh, yeah, I was already here before. So yeah, because I was at the lower level before. Now I'm back at the upper level. How's it going, Make Us DJ? Reload real quick. Ugh. Annoying. Alright, how much ammo am I holding on to right now? About 30, and I got plenty of pulse ammo as well. Pulse ammo is annoying, however. I don't like it. It's weak. Okay. Alright, let's see what's in the store. Schematics submitted for stasis pad. Awesome. Meanwhile, I'm at least gonna sell one of those. I don't really need that much ammo for the whatsamahoozy, for the pulse rifle, because I'm not gonna use it that much. Move the stasis thingy-majiggy in storage. Wait, so if it sells for 2,500 and you can get it for a half, noted. Alrighty, definitely don't want to... Well, we can't sell the weapons. I'm not going to spend anything on nodes. Gonna try my best with what we've got. Alright, time to make a bomb. Oh. Please tell me there's like a timer we can use. Alright. Please do not lean against the glass. And... Yay, we can investigate the emergency room if we can find our way there.
The morgue. Find Captain Mathias's body. Get his rig codes, and the computer's all ours.
Alrighty. Save us. Ooh, weapon upgrade. You can bring upgrade parts to the bench to improve weapons and gear. Awesome. Well, it's definitely gonna...
Clearance required.
Damn it. Alright, let's head into the emergency room. Wait, what did that subheading say? We are unable to accept new patients. Oh. That's a problem. Hi there, Alex. Welcome back. Yeah, this is... I'm glad you're appreciating the... Because I'll stream in the mornings, because the intention is so then that way peeps who are in, like, say, the US have a more convenient time to watch me. It's tempting to stream at, like, you know, 9 a.m. for myself, so, like, starting an hour earlier than normal. But at the same time, I like my sleep. I don't want to wake up so early. Also, do I still have my phone in my... Yes, I still have my phone in my pocket. After another dose of sedative, he seems literally unable to sleep without chemical aid. Most people succumb to exhaustion after more than 50 hours of waking, regardless of circumstances. Not Harris. His bizarre explanation to the events of the colony points to the same paranoia we've seen elsewhere planetside. His guilt is not in doubt. 2 security officers were present when he took Dr. Scariello's hostage and murdered Nurse Evans, and Harris doesn't deny his actions. But he shows no remorse. In fact, he insists there was no crime. Specifically, that Evans wasn't a nurse when he killed her. This is classic sociopathic behavior, but Harris exhibits no other symptoms. He is affable and friendly, able to emphasize and offer original opinions. When questioned about Evans' murder, however, he becomes withdrawn and uncommunicative. He claims the... Alright, more whispering in the walls. He claims that the explanation is stuck in his mind, and that talking about it mixes up its message. He also undergoes intermittent hallucinatory periods, again, similar to those experienced by other colonists. During his long waking periods, Harris exhibits writing behavior on any available surface, claiming the dreams need to speak, and that he's attempting to make it whole again. What that means, I haven't determined yet. Given the complexities of this case, I plan to reach out to my colleagues for more insight. You do that. I'm guessing that's a random stasis thingy-majiggy. What's this?
Move and transmit all personnel. This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan. Medical is overwhelmed. We need help.
And yes, space healthcare could be really tough if this is the state of they cannot accept more in the emergency room.
Maybe I have some PHP left.
Alright. Yay, we investigated the emergency room. Okay, so she went over here. Play it again. To remove the battery, ensure no power is being used on the circuit breaker. Cool. Grip enabled. But there's no way for me to... Oh, there we go. Oh, Jesus. The fuck is this thing? Another audio log.
Dr. Nicole Brennan. So much for being paranoid. I repurposed this room to run counseling sessions without unitologists interfering. Now, it's the only place I feel safe. I recovered a limb after yesterday's attack. Genetically, it's human tissue with bizarre mutations. But it's just a sample. It's not enough to figure out a cure. I need... Wait, where's that report from engineering? Here. The engineers pulled something out of machinery. Limbs missing, torso intact. Okay. Time for a real autopsy.
Alright. Find autopsy location in engineering. Alrighty. Well, we're not going to find that easily enough. Alright, so the circuit breaker has an option of lights or showers. Okay, hopefully this battery... Oh! Oh! Fuck you, baby! I thought I could stomp you. Where's the demon baby? Oh shit! I was not expecting those problems. Let's roll back. I was not expecting those problems. God damn, my CPU is getting fucking throttled by all this. Building up shaders again. Yeah, I'm all good. Physically, I'm fine. There we go. Ishimura Clinic.
Remember, when you reach the morgue, find Captain Mathias' body. Get his rig codes and the computer's all
Alright, so that's the emergency room. Weapon upgrade, thank you. And then we have an option of going through there. We do not have the security clearance to open that. Alright, nothing in you there. Do I have to go through... Yeah, I most likely have to go through the... Alrighty, there we go. So we got a large variant. Text log. Yep, so we already looked through that. And then... You're doing something.
Move and transmit to all personnel. This is Senior Medical Officer Nicole Brennan. Medical is overwhelmed.
Credits, thank you. Level 2 clearance
required.
Of course. Oh, wait, another door. That one requires level 1. Alright, well, we know where... So I remember from last time. There we go. Energy, thank you. We get the audio log.
Dr. Nicole Brennan. So much for being paranoid. I repurposed this room to run counseling sessions without unitologists interfering. Now, it's the only place I feel safe. I recovered a limb after yesterday's attack. Genetically, it's human tissue with bizarre mutations. But it's just a sample. It's not enough to figure out a cure. I need... Wait, where's that report from engineering? here. The engineers pulled something out of machinery. Limbs missing, torso intact. Okay. Time for real autopsy.
Okay, still got health. That's good. I am a clever boy. By hiding in narrow corridors, I reduce the likelihood of being overwhelmed by multiple directions. Okay, I thought there was going to be something killing me here. Cool. Alright, we can't get into the equipment store without a level 2. Needies. Problematic, but needies. And we don't have a way... Ooh. Thank you. Reload that real quick. How much ammo do I have? Cool. Alright, I can... You know what, I'm probably going to swap over to the pulse rifle. Just for a little bit. If I find a bench, I'm updating the plasma cutter. Thank you. Oh, would you look at that? We can get a hit of O2 here. Thank you.
It's Terrence Kine. You were in surgery, so I left this with Warren. He'll be discreet. I just got the latest report from Agent 7. The situation's worse than Captain Matthias will admit. 40% of the colony's population is now showing symptoms. Depression, hallucinations, more violence. People are dying down there. I know it's linked to the marker somehow, but I just don't have enough data. Mercer, maybe I was wrong. We need answers, by any means possible. That patient, Brent Harris, might be our last hope.
Security request retrieved.
He left me. I woke in
Wait.
the dark with them scratching
Security requirement? What?
scratching like rats. And you will lock me in with them.
Did I?
Fuck it. I'll cut them out. I'll cut them out. I'll cut them out.
Database missions. Hi, Danny. Welcome to the stream. It just said security clearance acquired. Did I acquire, like, something to help open security doors now? Okay, I can't test with that one because that requires, like, level... Because that only gives me... Because that's level 2, and I think I only grabbed, like, level 1. Oh. Who the fuck are you? Hello? Whoa! Hey! Stop it! Shit. Oh, hell no. Great. More dead bodies. Security clearance level 2.
Security clearance required.
Can barely see shit in this room. Well, something got out of that. That doesn't help me. And, alright, let's see. Locked. Great. Alright, safe station. Hi there, Choji! I didn't do anything! She was crazy! She did that herself! I didn't do anything. Also, the app that does my face motion just crashed. This might be a shorts indicator that I'm gonna need to, like, maybe hop off in a few. Video as I didn't do shit, okay? Alright, gotta get out of here. Alrighty. Great. No power. Oh, hello. You will do. Cool. How's it going, Choji? How are you doing this morning, afternoon, or evening? Alrighty. O2 is full. That's nice. Alright, we're in the morgue. More credits. Fuck you. Stasis pack, thank you. Plasma. Autopsy room. Yes, I forget that people are in the same time zone as me. It's just not a lot of people that watch me are in the same time zone as me is the case, Choji. Oh, god damn you. Oh, he's turning into a necromorph. What am I supposed to do? Hello? Where's my button prompts? Fuck you. Thank you for the follow, Sensor Rody. I recognize that profile icon. Hang on. Oh, shit. More things want to kill me. Explosions. That's not good. Hi, Sensor! I remember this name. Hang on a second. I remember this name. Can I pause this game? No, I can't because I'm in the middle of loading right now. Do you do your art streams on here? Question. Or you don't normally do the thingy-majiggy? Don't lose my head? Yes, it's a little too late for that. Alrighty. Can I pause this? Yes, I can. Sensor Rody is an artist. So, are you still doing art? It's been a while. Ding dong. I need to double check if this is art I could actually present. Where is it? Dun, 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 dun. You haven't done much lately, but you're trying to get back into it? Fair enough. So yeah, because fairly sure, I think you made a safe icon for me once. Yes, you did. Actually, you made me two. You made me two safe for work icons. Check this shit out. If you guys want to know, like, you know, what, hang on a sec, what's the smaller of the two? Because I don't want to, like, throw off, like, a 4K one, because, like, sometimes people don't like it when you do that. You can get, like, look at this icon. Look at this handsome Zeebs. Look at it. I love, like, the mohawk hair. Like, not a lot of people know how to do the mohawk hair with my zebra, like, at first. Yours still, like, even though yours has, like, the mohawk, like, line towards it a little bit, it still retains this, you know, like, the floofiness, and it's not, like, you know, cut to a mohawk. There's still, it looks like there's volume and such like that, which I love. And then, not only did you do that one, which is absolutely fucking amazing, really lovely detail, you then gone and meant, look at this fella. Look at this guy hitting me with the Riz. Cookie for Jason. Look at that, Zeebs. You forgot about that? It was like a 2-for-1 deal or something like that. But it was like, get one icon, get a discount on the second one. It was something along those lines. I got two from you, because I got one where it was like, you know what? I want some high detail, you know, sexy. And then next one is, you know, just fun little cartoon. Like, look at this guy. Look at him. I could just imagine him just being like, you know, like tilting his head up and down and like the lines like swapping. Oh, I could probably do that in Photoshop. So the blue like lines or something like that, I can have them like, you know, do a 180 flip or something like that. And the head like just tilts like, you know, 15 degrees. He's like up and down kind of thing. The doodle version. Yeah, dude, the doodle version is amazing. Thank you. I gotta hydrate. Hang on a second. The doodle version was amazing. I absolutely adored it. Thank you. Ugh. I accidentally got blinded by... I accidentally looked at my lamp that's right behind my monitor. Ow. There we go. Like a classic Batman transition. Oh, where it goes like... And it like does a spin. I can probably do those two thingamadoogs. But yeah, anyway, Sensor Roddy is they're the person responsible for those two pieces of work. The doodle and the lovely icon. I used those two, like, when did I get these? Hang on a second. Properties. April 2020? No. They're not that young. I swear I got them, like... I swear I got these, like, before 2020. Am I using VC Face and VTuber Plus? Yes, I am using VC Face and VTuber Plus. So... I forgot that thingamadoogie isn't there. All right, just let me remove those two thingamadoogs. There we go. So yeah, so I'm using like VC Face and VTuber Plus. So VC Face is the fact that, like, you know, I have, because VTuber Plus doesn't yet have the technology, or it doesn't have the software for, like, you know, the face tracking and all that kind of have you. So the VC Face gets the information from the webcam right there and the iPhone I have for the AR kit, and I have, like, you know, the two different camera angles. So so this is like my just chatting one, which is, you know, front on, and then I have my games camera angle, which is, you know, sort of a side profile, and then I have a portrait like this for when I'm actually, like, you know, chatting to you guys, and then we have a chest one right at the get-go. We have a butt one, but I don't have anyone get the butt one. So yeah. And then beep. Something doesn't work. Oh, stretching time. The reason being is because I think Twitch speaker, some of the commands that are, like, you know, for some reason, like, stuff like the stretching time and such like that isn't working. But yeah, thank you for Thank you for the stretch. I'll get on to that. Give me a minute. But yeah, and Wolk is the man responsible for neck. Wolk is the one responsible for the VTuber model you see before you, and it works well with both.
Jason036 thinks you should do 20 squats.
Ah, yes, squatties time, isn't it? Alrighty then. Let me get on to my squats. I have not yet met a person that hates Wolk's models. They're absolutely amazing, and Wolk is a really cool 3D artist where they're able to do both like big and then do like short stack smalls. They're really good. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Whew. Thank you for the 20 squats, Jason. Greatly appreciate it. Gotta keep on working trying to get that ass. I'm back down to like 120 point something kilograms this morning, which is really good. So after this stream, I'm most likely gonna go on for another walk or cook lunch. One of those two things. I gotta use the lettuce and beef patties I have in my fridge. Woo. Thank you, Jason. Basically the weight that I am right now is basically like what my weight was before I left for Hawaii. After I came back from Hawaii, I was 119 kilos. Lettuce patty? No. Lettuce and hamburger patties. Because one of the attempts I do to curb my addiction to McDonald's and fast food is cooking burgers. Plus, I have some beetroot. So I want to try and make a good burger. Anywhoosies, I need to move this fella back over here. You back up. Here we go. Alrighty, so. Ooh, monies, thank you. Monies. Monies. Okay, so that's a stasis bomb, which is going to be very useful. More monies. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set you down here. Thankfully, you don't break. Is there anything else I can pick up before running off? More plasma rounds. Good. Alright, you're fully loaded. You're about as loaded as I can get, which is good. In we go. How far am I from the Brisbane River? A bit of a distance. Besides, I don't want to swim in the Brisbane River. Have you looked at that brown snake? Disgusting. And there's sharks. Hey, fuck you. Alrighty, here we go. We're gonna fight this captain. I'm near a park, so that's like my preferential walking. Alrighty, so I got... Where's the gross baby? There it is. So that's how this guy was doing it. Where is the other monster? Cool. No more monsters. Heal up. There we go. Alrighty. Yay, I cleared out the morgue. And there's the captain's rig.
Isaac, what's your status? Do you have the captain's rig?
Fuck me!
Fuck me. Exactly, Isaac.
A flying one turned the captain's body into another one of those things. The same must have happened to Chen.
God. Maybe the command computer has something. Where's Daniels when you need her? Head back to the security checkpoint. It's safer there. At least I can upgrade your clearance.
Alrighty then. Clearance level 1. Yay, my security clearance is now level 1. Higher clearance doors and thingy-majiggies can now be opened. Excellent! There is going to be a little bit of backtracking in this game, it seems.
Isaac.
I'm here. What the hell's happening?
The computer says the Ishimura's engines are offline. We're on a decaying orbit toward Aegis 7.
Oh god. I have to get to engineering.
There's no time. That tram station's offline. Unless... Here. Head back to the flight deck. I'll guide you from there. If this damage report's right, there's a shortcut to engineering.
Alrighty, can I open these things? Yes, I can. Alright, I can open all these things now.
Clearance confirmed.
Oh, you can actually get... You can get quite a bit exploring. Alrighty. Note to self. I might need to double check where there might have been some locked doors. And double back. Alright, was this, Yep.
Clearance confirmed.
Woo! Nodes. Alright, back to the security station we go. Oh, God. Man, everything is a mess, isn't it? Anything in here I can open? Yes. Oh, that's requiring level 2. Fuck you. Alrighty. Save this. So we go from intensive care. Sorry, just want to bite my fingers. Alright. Was there anything in the... Oh, you motherfucker. Alrighty. I'm double checking the area to see if there was like any level 1. Because I swear there was level 1 shit in here. Oh, fuck. Fuck, when did these guys stop popping up again? There we go. Ow! I didn't know they could spit fucking acid at me. Like, I saw one of them do it, like, but I thought that was a special guy, not just a random fucker. Thank you for the pulse rounds. Okay, Double backing is not a fun thing to do. We're not double backing. We're gonna keep on progressing. Fuck that noise. Meow. Thanks for the acid, dick. Note to self, do not double back. It's gonna be painful if I do. Alright, sell that. Thank you. And we have no more ammo for the thingy-majiggy, so hopefully we'll get more. I'm gonna keep the high credits, just in case there's, like, another suit upgrade, like, in very little time. Okay, so that's, yeah, so we gotta go to the hangar bay. Disgusting. All right. Intensive care. Thank you. Oh my gosh, there's a little bit of input lag on the keyboard and mouse, it seems, on this game, once things get a little bit intense. Alright, where can I go? I can go from medical to the hangar cargo. Okay, cool. So there is... I can go, like, back and forth different ways. Current position.
Flight deck tram control.
Yep, we're going back that way.
Now arriving at flight deck tram control.
Alright. Cool. At least this place doesn't look, you know, as to shit. Anything new in this store? No. Nothing new in there. That leads us over into medical. Alright, we want to go this way. Yeah, I don't want to go into the bathroom again.
Security reporting retrieved.
Alright, Chen died. We knew about that. That's not news to us. Thank you, Chen, for reminding us that Chen died. Alright, can't get to there. Alright, so this is the hangar bay.
Isaac,
still looks like shit.
Report says there's a broken cargo lift just beyond the hangar door. I'll open them now.
zero gravity.
You'll need your thrusters to reach it, but that lift shaft should take you straight down to engineering.
I'm just gonna explore just a little bit. Never mind, it's locked. Everything here is locked. Oh, what's this? Oh, you can turn off and on gravity control here.
Exiting zero gravity.
Cool. So these are the different flight decks, but they're all... Okay, so... I do have to, like, just go the direction they want me to go.
Entering zero gravity.
Alright, here we go. Alright, hopefully I do not die. Oh, yeah, there's input lag. Who the fuck shot me the... Oh, you motherfucker. Okay, I need to get oxygen again, because I don't know if I'm going to get to wherever it is I need to go in, like, 40 seconds. $20 seconds is more than enough time. There we go. Hey, whole storage, that'll be nice. More credits, thank you. And stomp on this man. I do not want him coming back alive. fuck is that? Disgusting. Maintenance prior to tourist crash. Something around it will make them pay attention. The unidentified growth reported. Oh, so that thing. Dun, 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 dun. Meanwhile, heading to the mining. Oh, okay. Your boss has a sixth sense to know when you're having a good time.
Warning. Orbital position compromised. Correct course immediately.
Alright, this is engineering. And we need to activate the console. And we need to find the autopsy location in engineering. Override the shutdown so we can get engineering online.
Station now accessible. Thank you for your patience.
Cool. Oh, again with the input lag. Alright.
Engineering log. Acting Chief Engineer Jacob Temple reporting. Still can't believe the chief is gone. It's all fallen apart since the captain died. Everyone down here is on their last nerve. We thought the rioting was the worst of it. Until those things came through the vents. Their faces. Fuck, those were my lunch buddies, Liz's friends.
Plasma cutter upgrade
and, out of
and
nowhere,
a pulse rifle upgrade.
Primary's laboring, we're hemorrhaging fuel. Fuck if I know why. I'm taking Danvers to the fuel depot to fix it. Gotta keep the team focused.
Let's have a look.
Crack.
Brings this part, exchange the up and gain access to a special upgrade. Yes, please. Awesome. It was a smart idea not to spend my monies at the previous station. Alright. I'm gonna end it here, because I think... excuse me. So that was like 3 chapters. We got 12 to go through, so... Or, sorry. We've gone through the first 2 chapters at least, and we're on our way into the 3rd, so... Pulse rifle? Yep, thank you. Can't open that because it's locked. Alright, let me just... I'm gonna save one more time. No, it's okay. It's all right if you want to lurk. I'm not mad. I'm not mad with anyone lurking and such like that, okay? It's not a problem. So yeah, all right. I am going to move on over to the chat screen there and get out of this. There we go. Alrighty then. So that will... Thank you for the traffic cone there. Alright, I am going to end the stream. Also, why is there not a music playing? Let me get the music playing
Hendrix92 thinks you should do 20 squats.
I guess I'm gonna be doing 20 squats. Alrighty, so... Let me do my 20 squats real quick, and we'll need to have a think about a cookie for Dolt. We'll need to have a think of a raid message. I'm thinking of going into either... I'm thinking of either going into MX to Mix Puffin as they're going through some Valheim shit. Let's see. Dazarus is doing World of Warcraft. And Yislith is reading. Alright, different... Might be Puffin. Looks like Puffin might have had an issue with their stream, though, and it looks like they have to start over again, so it's most likely going to be Puffin. Here we go. Stretching, and get ready for squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Hendrix. My left ass still feels weird. Oh no, I think Puffin may have crashed. Damn. Puffin crashed. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, so Dazzy is playing World of Warcraft and he's got some cool glasses on. Alright, I think we're gonna cookie for UAE Ajam. Been using my laptop to watch you. Awesome, thank you, Hendrix. I think we're gonna go and raid into Yislith. They've only been at it for like an hour and a bit. It looks like they're reading some Final Fantasy shit. But she, like... Yislith is an absolute fucking beefcake. So I think we're gonna go... Unless, does Puffin get back up onto stream? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, we're gonna go and raid into Yislith then. Give me a moment, hit the paste. Alrighty, what... I see Hendrix has their emotes, which is good. What would be a good message? What's a good raid message to go into this, like, muscle mommy? I'm trying to think of one. Because right now, the only thing that's in my head is muscle mommy. This is what's this is what's popping into my head. Himbos, look, a muscle mommy. So I think that might actually be our raid message. If you guys are subscribed, I think we'll go for Zakek W. We'll go for Kek W. If you have your own emotes or what have you that you would like to use instead for Himbo's look, a muscle mommy, go ahead and use them. Otherwise, these are the ones I'm going to use, and we'll go raid into Yislith shortly. So, I will move myself over into the getting ready to raid screen. I will send out a updated stream schedule for this week. Eek, have a good night. Lots of love. Oh, it's the afternoon for me. It's not the evening, so I got things to do in the afternoon. Got chores to do and such. I will get a schedule out for the rest of the week. It's probably not going to be as intensive as it was last week, where, like, you know, I had, like, basically 4 streams to go through, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, yeah, 4 streams. It might only just be 3, but otherwise, I just want to say a quick thank you for everyone who came along to this morning's stream. I greatly appreciate it. Those of you who voted for Dead Space, I hope you enjoyed the morning, and we're gonna go raid into Yislith shortly. If you need our raid message again, here it is, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.